Hey guys, Sean Bougie, surplusfundsriches.net. This is going to be a flip video. Okay, we're looking at the flip side of this for today. Those of you guys that are in surplus funds, you should still listen to this because eventually you're going to want, if you're not already, you're also going to want to get into flipping property, especially the way we do it, where we sell it as is, where is, typically double our money, and we're in and out for very little in. Having said all that, we've got one right now we're working with in North Carolina. North Carolina, this is why the North Carolina flip is only in certain bundles because it's so different. But in North Carolina, we have what's called a 10-day upset bid. Now what that means is if I go to the foreclosure auction, this one's tax. If I go and the starting bid is $5,000 and I bid $5,000, the county says, great, thank you very much. Now they're sending a notice to the owner and they're going, hey, somebody bid on your property, it's sold at tax sale, get out. They basically say that, not directly, but they basically say that. Get out, you no longer own the home. Well, it's not true though. In North Carolina, the county has to give 10 days for the next highest bidder to come in, or a possible next highest bidder to come in and make a higher bid of 5% more. So what happens here is the next investor comes in and goes, okay, I bid $5,250 and here's my 5% down also. And they will screw with each other for 6 to 9 months, going back and forth, bidding each other up. Every once in a while, someone will step in and do the nuclear option. I bid $40,000, just to scare everybody else out, be done with it. But that's not common here. We get a lot of people just going after each other for 6 months at a time, where they just keep overbidding one another. It's the long game. Now, we've got one right now where it's a condo. At one point, it was worth about $60,000. It's in a rougher condo community. It's probably worth closer to $50,000 right now. But I actually went and took a look at the place because it's only about an hour and a half from my house. I said, let me take a look and meet this guy in person, and I'm pretty good in person with folks. So I go to meet him, and he had already told me there's a water leak from the bathroom above, the condo above, coming into our condo. Got to get that fixed. There's also the water heater went, and a lot of water got into the master bedroom. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, tiny little condo, okay? And it's overall in kind of rough shape. I understood all that. Guy was very upfront with me. Appreciate that. Usually they're not. They're like, yeah, it's in pretty good shape, and there's a tree growing out of the living room. So I wish I was exaggerating right now. So in this instance, though, the entire ceiling in the bathroom had collapsed because it's ongoing water leak. And by the way, it hasn't been stopped. I walked in and it's literally still dripping into the bathroom. I'm telling this guy, hey man, this is a health hazard you're in. You need to think about that and figure this out. He says, well, I've talked to the owner above me and he says he's going to get to it. He's going to fix it. The HOA doesn't want to do anything about it. Okay, when the HOA doesn't want to step in to a structural issue existing between homes, that's another red flag. I'll be calling the HOA because I have a feeling he hasn't been paying the HOA. Or he's lying, one or the other. Shocker, the general public is going to lie to you. But anyway, we've got that. We've got a bombed out kitchen where, all the cabinets need to be replaced. But guys, we're talking about a $50,000 condo here. So an investor's going to come in. They're going to make sure there isn't mold, which is going to take at least taking off the bottom half of the drywall. Gonna have to replace that, paint the whole place, put carpet in. Thankfully, it's on the main floor on a cement foundation, okay, on a slab, so that wouldn't be hard to do. We're talking about box cabinets, which are still fairly cheap. Throwing in a new dishwasher, making sure the plumbing and electrical's good, replacing the water heater. Unfortunately, we're at a time period right now where contractors are very expensive. So when this guy says the guy above me wants to fix it, and in this instance, I'm going after one where they haven't actually scheduled the tax foreclosure yet. It's in the books, but they haven't actually pulled the trigger yet. So I have a little bit of time here. Time, you always look at time. Is it on my side or is it against me? In this instance, it's on my side. So I'm calling this guy back today because this is the only way I'm going to be able to make this work. I'm going to call him back and go, look, first of all, I'm going to have to offer him a low dollar amount. And I'm going to say, is the guy going to fix the leak above you? Because guys, there's not a whole lot of room. There's $4,000 in taxes owed. I like to double my money, which means I got to be in this thing less than $25,000 total. I got $4,000 in taxes. I got repairs that are probably going to have to be done, even if I flip it kind of as is, where is to an investor. Obviously, I have to stop that leak or nobody's going to buy it. Okay. Water heater, if it's an ongoing leak issue, I have to stop that. And because I'm a licensed broker in North Carolina and I'm aware of this issue, if I do take it on, I've got to make darn sure the mold has been remediated. Okay? Potential mold. So in this instance, I'm going to take advantage of time. What I'm going to tell the guys, look, I'll let you stay. The second that leak is fixed and all the cosmetics surrounding it is, because we're talking about wet joists above him, we're talking about all this, all the leak is fixed, the cosmetic issues with that are fixed, the drywall. As soon as that owner handles all that, okay, if you've got that handled, I will actually handle the water heater at that point, once I get the deed from him, not before, and paying off the taxes, and then I'll flip it. Always look at time as one of the variables and one of the concessions you're making. Thanks, guys.